honouring all the myths and stories, all the failures, all the glories, stepping boldly forth into this eternal moment. Are you ready? Are you ready? Everybody and everything is one. Welcome to this beautiful love satsang. I had a real mission getting here on time, and then when I did, and finally opened the emails to get the link, there wasn't one. Hence my tardiness, forgive me for that. I was actually made the mission more challenging by the fact that I wanted to do it from my oldest son's house in Islington, and because I was thinking on the way into London that I don't think I've never experienced love like I experienced when he was born in my life. My love for my mother was as a child. It was a kind of a mystical, amazing, all-embracing love. The mother is the whole universe as a small child. And the love of my father, as that grew sort of as I got older and older. That became a stronger and stronger bond. And I know that love, the love for the parents, but the love for the child, especially the first one, the explosion into your reality of another realm, of, the depths of life itself. And the love I felt was astonishing. I crying and laughing. I walked past in this little Moses basket, and I'd go out. I went out onto the balcony and looked in through the French windows at him, with the sun coming down, the late Saturday afternoon sun. He was just born. I just was crying and laughing all at the same time, with just pure, unadulterated love. And so he was my greatest teacher of love, and remains so. We're very close, and as I am with all my children. And what I learned from my connection with him was the part of myself that takes care of people, that knows how to take care of someone with respect to their own space, their own freedom, their will, their free will, what's right for them, their Tao, really. And it's quite a mix of male and female, of yang and yin. It's a lot of the nurturing maternal is in this pure love, and there is no condition on it whatsoever for him to be or perform or act or think or feel in any particular way. It makes no difference whatsoever. And this doesn't mean that I might like every single aspect all the time. How is that possible? But liking and loving is a very different thing. You can have both together, and it's great when you do. Most of the time, assuming you live in a state of relative harmony with yourself and the world, you do. But inevitably, there will be things that we don't like, and that doesn't mean we can't and don't love them. In fact, it's not a matter of making ourselves love. It's a matter of acknowledging that we actually do love, because love is the natural state. We just fool ourselves into thinking we can't love and therefore need to learn how to. We do know how to already. It's the natural state. What we need to do is acknowledge that underneath the layers of believing we don't and can't, underneath all that, I am loving this. I am loving it, even in its most painful. I'm loving this, because it's the natural state, loving being here. When it comes to other people in general, this session is about other people, and I didn't want to set a tone of family love, particularly in that nuclear family sense, but the relevance, in a way, of my son in this is the whole human family, because that's what it taught me as well. I found that by instinctively rising to the role of caretaker of this beautiful boy, I instinctively was then doing that for everybody else's children and for everybody else, because I saw we're all children, all of us. And I never took on the paternal role in the archetypal sense with my boy. It was very much like members of the same family somehow, and I'm the older one who's had the experience I've had and had the capacity to take care of this young one while this young one grows to be able to take care of himself. So there's the idea that we're all children together. We're all brothers and sisters on the path, holding each other's hands and helping each other not stumble and fall, helping each other up when we do. Yes, of course, there's the element that will be pushing us over, and we have to learn to withstand that and to deal with that as well. And that's the bit that makes it tricky. That's the bit that makes it tricky, without which it would be boring. Evidently, that's how we've manifested it, because otherwise we'd all go to sleep on the whole thing. So to keep it interesting, somehow humanity, or nature, manifests itself into this yin-yang pattern, this form, which expresses itself in humanity as one whole sector. You can't really generalize, because we're all moving internally in different ways all the time as well, but simplistically, let's say one whole sector of the human family moving in one direction, while the other whole sector is moving in the opposing direction. And in that dance, there's friction and trouble and turbulence and what have you. It happens on a micro level with people getting in your way and, being unpredictable or unfair, or you being like that, or whatever. It happens. And how do we love everybody? Why should we? Anyway, why love everybody? How do we do it if we believe that it's a good thing to do? What's the result of it? Well, I'm only able to give you a subjective view here, of course, but why love? Well, can we just say what it is first? See, we all have a lot of overlay that we've tagged onto love, of course. That's what we do, we overlay things. But love is essentially, if I may be so bold as to suggest or propose a description, the natural effect of relaxing the chest, being fully centered deep down and deep back inside yourself, so that you're fully occupying the space that you're in, therefore in full cognitive ownership and responsibility for your experience in that moment, and that includes everything that is going on around you without limit. Therefore, everyone in your orbit, and from there, the chest open, as it were, like a pair of sliding doors opening. There's the essence of you, the beauty of you, the vulnerable, ineffable, beautiful essence of you, that we all have it, and it gets buried underneath all what Freud called your ego defenses. It gets buried beneath all those layers and layers and layers of energetic protection, because it's a tough world, and when we're little children we don't know how else to respond, and then it becomes a habit and so on. Instead, beneath that essence, that when my little boy was born, the love, the joy, to see this pure beauty of this pure soul in human form, just come through from the heavenly realms fresh, with no dirt in the way, no overlay, nothing, just pure love. That when you open the heart and just allow, your intellect might not be able to grasp it, but you know it, and you allow that to radiate. You allow it just to be free, to go, that's love. And that will embrace everyone who comes into your orbit. It doesn't mean that you have to like or approve of them. And this is where it gets tricky, because some people are dangerous, as I say. In the moment, playing the role they're playing in the theatre of life, there will be opposition and so on. That's why we have armies and nuclear bombs and all the rest of it, is to somehow shore up against that possibility. And which is all well and good. That's the practical side of things. However, I say that glibly. I mean, I don't know any other way for it to be as a martial artist. You've got to get your tools ready, haven't you? You've got to have your moves down and be ready for action should it happen. And you, as any martial artist will tell you, if you ever have to actually use it, you've made your first mistake. So we go with on the premise that we have all this power to prevent the use of it. And what will make that more of a reality or probability that it continues that way overall in the world is that we do let our love flow freely and influence each other to do the same. Now, when I say that we're in a grounded state when we do it, like your presence is down in your hips, so you're not coming from theory in the head. You're not coming from floating emotions in the belly and chest area. You're coming from the root of your being, you know, the animal root of your being. That's honest. And then back inside, so you sit in your back, because the back is the seat from which you observe the theatre rolling around in the front. The theatre of life goes on in the front of you, your feelings, your thoughts, what you're perceiving out in front of you, but where you observe it from, when you're centered, grounded, in command of yourself, is from the back of you, of course, because then you've got all of you. You're in the back and you command the front. Conversely, if you're only in the front, which is where most people spend their times, you've lost your back, so you're not really there. You're only a front. It's like in a film set, just a front. And the love coming from that will be love tinged with desire, need, manipulation, conditions, expectations, and so on. Hard to feel the purity of it unless you get drunk or you take pills or you go dance or you do this, you do that, do whatever, but to live your moment-to-moment existence with that love real for everyone. When you're in the front of you, not possible. But you come in the back of you and where you bear witness to life unfolding and your reaction to it in the front of you. And everyone who comes in your orbit, including in your mental orbit, you can easily embrace 7 billion people in your mind somehow. The love that will then flow through your open heart will be the pure, beautiful essence of you. And that has an effect. It's like spraying fresh hairspray into the air of a big room. You know, you just need a little squirt and the whole room within a moment or two will smell of it. And it's like that with this, with your beautiful essence. So when you concentrate on it and you focus on it rather than you allow it to, you invite it to flow forth freely, you will get a greater effect out there. It will spread further and have more impact on a very, very subtle level. But we all know subtlety is the power of the universe. Think of the God particle, if you will. It's teeny. And so why would you want to do it? So that's what I mean by loving everybody. It means just not closing anyone out of your heart. It doesn't mean that you're approving of them. It doesn't mean you like them. It doesn't mean you admire them. You can, but that's an add-on one way or the other. It just means you're open to them, to everybody, to all of us here, as members of your human family, which has differences in appearances and shades and cultural differences and ideas that clash and ideas that mesh and all sorts. But it's all members of your family that you are open to in your heart. And then what happens is, as a result, why you should do it, is because when you allow and invite cognitively your beauty to flow forth as your beautiful gift, your unique gift to the human family, and you are doing it on behalf of the mysterious source of that beauty, think of it, that's the Tao, whatever you want to call it, God or Brahma, whatever you want, a great spirit, the isness, the great presence, and on, just names. You're doing it on behalf of that, and as what happens is because it's all, the material reality all works in a mirror way. Life mirrors what you do internally back at you. You will get loved by the world. You will be loved by people. It means that people will be open to you too. People will embrace you at a soul level as a member of their family as well. Their surface self might not know it or see it, but your passage through the great thoroughfare thenceforth will be a lot smoother, more harmonious, more enjoyable, with a far higher incidence of those moments of connection, spontaneous connection with strangers, smile in the street, the bit of discourse and outside a shop in a cafe or whatever, because people recognise the quality, the human quality in you. They feel it and they resonate with it. And aside from that, you feel more beautiful in yourself. You feel better physically, so psychophysically, psychoenergetically. It's better for your health, therefore, because your energy flows more freely. And you tend, therefore, to be inclined to be kind. And kind shares the root of the word kin, family. It means being with your family, being with your family. That means feeling what's needed and helping where you can and not hindering and just providing a beautiful contribution energetically with your presence, so that wherever you go, you leave a lovely fragrance behind you. And people feel even just a little bit better about being here than when, before you met them. That would be why. There was another question I asked that I should answer? Why should you do it? How do you do it? What happens when you do it? Anyway, that's it. And what we're really doing is we're loving the Tao. We're loving the Tao. When we can just tune in to the oneness, it's the oneness of everything. Just for a moment, or at least pretend we're tuning into the oneness, and just say to it, I love you, I love you, I love you. And then you go silent and you wait, and the oneness will say, I love you too. Maybe not in words, but you'll feel it. You'll feel it in front of you, you feel it behind you. So saying, let us now move into the meditative section of the session and let yourself relax, by which I mean close your eyes and shuffle about a bit to attain optimal comfort in your body. Let your self drop back inside. So breathe in as if you're breathing in through the whole of the front of you at once, through every pore of your skin, a wall of air, as it were, into your back. That's everywhere rear of where the seams of your t-shirt would be, the seams of your dress. So you're everywhere rear of your side seams, you're breathing into that. And as you breathe out from all of that, through the front of you, through every pore in your skin in the front of you, a wall of air. And that forward motion of that expelled air thrusts you back as if by G-force into your seat further, like on a plane when you take off. As you breathe in through the front of your body, breathe in through your face as well, of course, and let the air come all, not really the air, but let that energy come all the way into the back of your brain, the back of your skull as well as the back of your body. And you breathe out from the back of your skull, the back of your body, through the front of you, and that pushes you back even further. And again, breathe in through the front, all the front of you, into all of the back of you, be in the back of you, breathe out from the back of you, through the front of you, and let that thrust you further back into the back of you. Settle into your back and down. Let yourself sit down in the seat properly. So your weight comes into your pelvis, into your sit bones, and through that into the ground, into your feet, into the ground. And you're in the back, you're down, you're here. You're breathing. Breathe slowly. Let your belly rise on the in-breath and fall on the out-breath. And be aware of that rise and fall of the belly. And let the movement be, or invite the movement now to slow down and regulate itself, become regular, even, silent, smooth, silken. And notice how the quality of your energy now, everywhere, your mental energy, your physical energy is becoming silent and smooth and silken. And you're all back and you're all down, and the heart area in the front, up front there, the chest, the breastbone, it's way up front, you're behind it. And lean back even more inside, being aware of your breastbone in front of you, lean back even more. And it might seem a bit odd, but just pop out through the back of your body, because you're too big to sit just in the back of your body and skull now. And there's a sense that you're quite a big presence sitting behind yourself, as well as in the back of you, that you can actually sort of see the back of your head It's as if you could put your spirit hand, should we call them, on the crown of your own physical head and bless it. And in fact, if you see that, do it, do it. Bless it with love, 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 love from your heart, your spirit heart, pure love. And but inside the body as well now, inside the body as well, in the back of you. You have up front there, you have the heart area, the breastbone, and you know that all around you, everywhere within you, around you, in inner space and outer space, simultaneously and infinitely, is this ineffable presence, this consciousness. Call it Tao, whatever you want. And it's receptive as well as transmitting. And you invite the possibility of a subtle yearning to let your love, your beautiful essence of your soul, radiate to it everywhere, infinitely, without limits. And to do this, the mechanism is that the breastbone has to be seen as a passing illusion rather than something blocking the flow. To enable this, visualize it as a pair of sliding doors opening each to the side, revealing slowly but surely what looks like a very well lit, beautiful crimson gold rose light. It's hard to see it because it's so bright and beautiful, but what you can just about discern is a cluster of precious jewels like rubies and garnets and amethysts and amber-coloured things, opal and whatever, just things that are just the colours are so rich and passionate that just totally express love, and warm, really, really warm in temperature. Not too hot, but warm, a solid warmth, a beautiful, nurturing, healing, comforting, soothing warmth, like when you get in a really lovely, lovely, perfect temperature, warm bath on a cold day. Just that kind of beautiful, beautiful, radiant warmth. And its fine fragrance with the most gorgeous, indescribable smell of pure beauty, pure love. And it's like a light that is lit from within, a mysterious light that is so powerful that it just has to radiate outwards and outwards and outwards and outwards. This crimson rose gold, deep rich gold rose gold light. And it's moving now, and it's just moving. You're in the back and you're watching it. It's perfectly natural, it's perfectly ordinary. And you're breathing in, you're breathing out. And this love is reaching to the presence, to the source everywhere now. And you can help it by saying inside, I love you, I love you, I love you. Keep saying, I love you, until you feel it, I love you. And as soon as you feel it, give it as the gift, I love you, and then be silent and wait and feel it telling you that it loves you too. I love you too. And allow that love to nurture you. Let that come in through the same avenue and through the chest and fill you like a fluid, beautiful, spiraling movement throughout every cell in your body, all the way into your bone marrow. And you're breathing in and you're breathing out. And you become aware, or you're always aware, but you allow your awareness to focus on the notion that within this huge, huge sphere of your existence, there are also well over 7 billion other sentient human beings on this planet right now. Many of them are asleep, many of them are running around, many of them are moving slowly, some in pain, some experience pleasure, giving birth, dying, making money, losing money, gaining importance, losing importance, realizing their dreams, failing in their dreams, finding contentment, being discontent, being at odds with themselves, feeling at peace with themselves, all over the world, everywhere, all the way around the planet. And each of these individual beings is an expression of the same presence that you love and loves you. Some of them may look odd, some of them may look tricky, some of them may look completely antithetical to what you dream of as being the perfect world. Of course, some of them will look really beautiful and desirable and alluring. Some will look really repelling and ugly and horrible. And yet, all of them, every single one, is an expression, a full, unmitigated expression of the Tao, of this love. And a lot of it's disguised, of course, it is with everybody, because that's what we were saying, the pure essence, that beauty of the newborn baby, it gets covered over, you know that. But inside everybody there is that. And when you love the Tao loves you back. That's what you're loving in humanity, is that. So you're loving that, and now with all of them in your sphere now, you say to it, the Tao expressing itself as all these people, I love you, I love you, I love you. Until you feel it, and then be silent, and then wait, and let the Tao love you back, feel it saying, I love you too, but from all those people. They might not like you, can't please all the people all the time and all that, but that love, they love you too. It's the Tao, remember. The Tao loving you through everybody. And feel that force coming into you, allow it in. It's magnificent. Allow it in through your heart, and again, all the way through your body, and spirals into your cells, all the way to your bone marrow. You're enriched by it. And then be aware of it. It's not just all those, all living creatures on this planet. And I would like to single out the cats, if I may, because I really find cats the most remarkable creatures of all, really, at the moment. For me, I'm fascinated by them. I'm really close friends with a kitten, in fact, who I'm privileged to observe the development of. And what amazing, beautiful, incredible, intelligent, amazing beings they are. But from them to all their kin, all the animal kingdom, but all of them now, just think of all of them, all of the animals are also expressions of the Tao. It's the same beauty. Even the cockroaches, even the rats, even the lizards, even the eagles flying in the sky, even the weirdest looking fish in the sea, all of it is an expression of the same presence, the same love, however weird it looks. And think of all of it, as well as humanity, as I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. Even the mosquitoes, I love you, it's the Tao. And then when you feel it, be silent and let the Tao love you back through. Because when you walk through the jungle in this state of love, none of the wild animals will attack you. You won't get stung, you won't get bitten. They feel it and they let you pass freely. And just have that vision, and that as a metaphor for passing through the great thoroughfare of life. When you walk through in love, as you walk through in love on your path, everyone around you feels it, and your way will be easy, your way will be clear. And be in your back now, you're in your back, and you're out behind your back as well. You can see yourself from behind. You can put your own hands, your spirit hands on your physical head and bless it. This poor beautiful being, this body and personality that works so hard, this vehicle. It's like when you've got a lovely car, like an old jalopy that you've polished and repaired, and you go out and see it in the driveway, oh, I love you. It's that kind of love, but more even, because this is much better than a car. And you are with your hands on the head of your human body, and I love you, I love you, oh, I love you. And wait, and you'll feel your human body with its personality saying, I love you too, I love you too, I love you too. When that happens, you've joined up with yourself. And this is powerful. This is really powerful. So now you have a week ahead, and you're going to be passing through along the great thoroughfare of your adventure on the planet, and you're going to be doing it in a state of love, assuming you're going along with all of this. So see yourself now. You sit right back inside. Let your mind come right back into the back of your skull. You're really in the back of you. and you're visualizing in front of you. You can just see it. No need to try. It's just there. Whatever it is, like a passage, a tree-lined avenue, a yellow brick road, or whatever it is that you see this passage through this coming week as. Excuse me. And your heart is open in the front there. You don't have to rush into this. You just have to sit back and let it rush into you. And as the week rushes into you, okay, that's important. You don't have to rush into the week. You just sit back and let it come to you. You let it rush into you. And it comes into you in the most beautiful way because you're loving it and it's loving you. And it really means your transactions with other people, if you think about it, as well as your transactions with yourself, your physical body and personality, getting it to maybe exercise or meditate or whatever, or go to sleep or wake up or whatever it's got to do. And because you're loving it, because you're sitting in the back of you now, going, I love you, I love you, I love you. So the whole of creation, all its constituent parts, not just all the people and the animals and birds and so on, but throughout the cosmos, because this Tao is expressing itself throughout the cosmos in an infinite number of galaxies and goodness knows how many life forms. You're loving all of it. And that's just on the dimension we can conceive of. How about other dimensions too? I mean, it's infinite. And you're loving it. I love you. I love you. I love you. So as you're walking down the thoroughfare of this coming week, loving it all, it's loving you back. And you feel that now. In your back, you can hear the entirety of the cosmos saying, I love you. I love you. I love you. And you'll go, I love you. I love you. I love you. And it's going, I love you. I love you. I love you. And this is the deepest level of conversation. Above that, there'll be the other mental machinations and various kind of understandings and revelations and choices and definitions and preferences and all the rest of it. But deep down underneath it all, and there'll be the resistance, yeah? There'll be the, no, I don't love this, I don't love that, I don't love. That's the surface. This is underneath all of that. This is you all the way in your back. I love this. I love you. I love this. I love you. And it's going, I love you. I love you. I love you. Expressed through all its forms, throughout eternity, time and space. And that's happening, you and it. That's the relationship. So now just sit and be inside your body. Fill your back up completely. Preside over the front of you, breathing slowly all the while. The heart fully open. Yet you're protected. You know that you're protected. You have a sphere of light around you, white light that protects you, that's spinning on its axis at 186,000 miles a second clockwise, while doing the same thing counterclockwise simultaneously. That's how clever it is. And it's above you, below you, behind you, in front of you, the sides of you, and it's protecting you from all harm, so that you're free to love with your heart open. Love destiny that is unfolding. Love it, and it's loving you back. Love where you've come from. Every single aspect of the story that got you here, stretching back through all your ancestors to the beginning of time. Love that. Love the fact that all of those ancestors interacted somehow with all the ancestors of everybody through time. Love all of that, and let the love of that inspire the love of all of that back at you. So you're feeling loved from the beginning of time, and you're feeling loved all the way to the end of time, coming back through destiny. You love all of it, and it loves you. And if that doesn't trigger a run of what some might call miracles, I'll eat my shoes. And on that semi-jolly note, may I invite you to slowly but surely, while remaining fully in your back, while remaining in this relaxed and meditative state, which is your birthright, to make an intention to master the existential motion throughout this week in such a way that you enjoy each and every moment more than the moment before, so much so that the amount of joy you're capable of feeling and are willing to feel is greater than anything you've ever thought possible to process and synthesize. And with that thought in mind, and thought that from that your joy will radiate to affect every single person in your orbit, which ultimately extends to every person on the planet. Wriggle your fingers and wriggle your toes, wriggle your ears and wriggle your nose, and bring yourself surely and respectfully and delightfully back into this moment we call the present here on the planet. I want to thank you and thank everybody for being here today. I feel that if you even just got 1% of what I was feeling then while that was happening, I think it's enough. But I do get a sense that we will probably go in similar depth and breadth, and it was strong. And something beautiful will happen this week for everyone in the world, and we must allow it. We must accept it and allow it, invite it. Goodness knows what, but something beautiful for all of us as well. And that's a blessing, and that blessing will repercuss all over for everybody. So it's like a multiple, compound, exponential blessing that I have a sense we've just unleashed. So well done us, and merry satsang, all my love. And come next week. This has been beautiful. Thank you for being here.
Coming home, that's what you want. Coming home is what you wanted all the while. Back to this place where you've always been free. Back to this place where you can't fail to see everybody and everything is one.